Hey guys, Barry here. I just wanted to mention that this video is part of a course that I have on Udemy. If you'd like to support my work and get the full course, please use the link in the description below to get it at a discounted price. Thanks guys, back to the video. Alright guys, we are back, and in this video we're going to implement theming. Now imagine we'd like to keep our background color into its own little variable that we can keep somewhere and have a theme file somewhere. And this color is theoretically black. I actually think it's able to be just this. They do the same thing, but this color theoretically is black. It's a type of black. It's actually less black. If we go look at our project now, this is, see, it was another issue I had wrong was my stupid quotations. It shouldn't have quotation marks there, but I put them there anyway. Now it blends in even more because it matches the more dark gray kind of black. But let's just pretend that this color is black and we'd like to give it a variable name. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new file, and it's going to be called theme.ts. And our theme.ts is just going to be an object really. It's going to be export default, and then we're going to have some colors, put that into its own object, and we'll have background, radial, gradient. You know what, actually while we're at this, I might as well just add them all in. So all the colors that we plan to use in the app. So we've got 2A, 2C, C3. This is a bit of a, not C3, it's just 2C, 3, 4, CC. I'm going to copy that, and see, the reason we had I had them in these quotation marks is because now they do need to be a string. So these should be in strings. There should be quotation. The next color we'll have is black, and our black is also going to be our 2.8, 2C, 3.4. Another color that we'll have in here is blue. So this is kind of for our actual buttons. You'll see that later. I'll show you why we do this. A, E, 9, F, D. I actually think I'm going to use smaller case A. If I use the smaller case letters, then they're just kind of easier to read. It's a scientific fact, believe it or not. Next one, we're going to have a light blue. So this is when we hover over our block. I like to do camel case there. And our light blue color is going to be CA, F3, FE. I might mess this up and come back to it later, but it's okay. And then white, we're actually just going to use the default white color, which is technically FFF, but we'll just use the word white. And then just to make things a little bit nicer, is for our hovering states, we're going to add a transition. And this transition, we're just going to say 0.3 seconds, so that our transitions are the same everywhere when we start to implement our theme. So I'm going to show you a problem that will occur just now, but we'll do that later. The next thing we need to do now is we need to actually apply our theme to the entire app. So we can import theme provider from styled components. And now I'm going to replace our fragment with theme provider. If I can type it correctly, theme provider. And this theme provider needs to take in a theme. So the theme that we're going to take in is our theme that we made over here. So I'm going to go into index of our styles and export default as theme from /theme. Remember the default that we exported here, we've exported the default. This is basically theme. So we're exporting theme out of styles, and we're going to import theme as well from styles. So that's how that works, and we're going to add the theme in as a parameter here. Now, this is great, but how do we apply our theme? Sorry, I forgot to save this file. That's why this is failing. And I'm going to close this tab there. So our theme here is basically, the way to apply it to our global styles is in here. We need to import CSS from styles as well. And we're going to have a problem when I do this, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go / a lot of stuff. There's $, curly brackets. What actually happens here is you have a props, and then you make a callback function to return something, and then I'm going to wrap this all in that. And what we need to do here is do CSS, because this is actually ends up being a CSS object, and we fix it all there. I just deleted everything. My bad. Let me go back here. This should magically fix itself, but it's not fixing itself. There we go. So everything is kind of neat now. So this CSS backtick here closes there, and it closes there. I think everything should actually be one up. So there we go. So we have our props and our CSS here. So what we could do in here is actually have our, again, we use string literals. So we say props.theme.black. But what usually happens is that, like, you know, I want to know black's not actually the thing, because, you know, we have a problem. Black does not exist on default theme, and it should actually theoretically be colors.black. But the problem here is it just doesn't exist on default theme. It's a TypeScript error. So what we're going to do to solve this is we're going to create a typings folder, because I already want to stay organized and actually be somewhat organized. And in this typings folder, we're going to add a new file, and this is going to be some declaration file. It's called theme.d.ts. And this theme.d.ts, we're going to import styled components, and we're going to import theme from this one. We have to go /styles. I'm going to find a way to make this easier soon, but I'll do that in a later video, just so you can see why we need it. But yeah, we have this type of, and then theme. So we're actually just we're letting TypeScript know that there is a theme, and we're gonna like generate a type from the theme that we have in styles, this theme over here. So if I go back, we're going to declare a module. This is just the way TypeScript works. You'll pick it up pretty quickly when you start to work with it regularly. Not that we will that much in this project, but we're just going to export interface default theme extends theme. So we're just going to say that now the default theme that is there should also extend this theme that we've just generated, which is type of theme. So theoretically, if we head back into our global CSS here, it doesn't complain when we say colors here. And I mean, the cool thing about it is we can even say control space, and it says there's transition or there's colors. And then in colors, we can use our IntelliSense to find out that it is one of these, black. So one final thing I like to, while I was doing things weird earlier, is when you add props to things, you know, you might as well destructure the props. I'm not going to destructure all the way down to colors, because that would be a bit weird, because we might end up wanting to use transition in here as well. So I'd rather just export my theme. So in here, I'm going to do the same thing with theme. Oops, my bad. Going to see theme.colors.background. And theoretically, because we've used our theme provider here, our app should still work. There we go, it still works, it still has that there. If we changed our theme here to be, I'm just going to quickly comment this out and do another black. And we're actually just going to say yellow in here. Change our default black theme color to yellow. This is now yellow. So our theming is definitely working, which is awesome. Uncomment that, and it is good to go. So I think that was a pretty good explanation of how to set up theming, and we've set up our themes for the rest of the application, so we don't really have to go back to it. We've set up this typings file, which is also fantastic, because now it recognizes our theme, so we can reference it in our actual global styles. We'll be creating other style components as well that will also be using themes. So this is really some good headway here, and we've even wrapped everything in our theme provider and added the global styles here. So I think this is some good progress and a good place to cut off. And next up, we'll start building our board and cards and stuff and doing more styled components. I'm looking forward to it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.